Hi friends, it is the very first flea market of the season. I'm so excited. I love going to flea markets, and we're going to be going to the Allegan Antique Market in Michigan. So I'm going to take you with me to the flea market, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you what I ended up buying. And I just moved into this new house, and so this is my first flea market since being in here, and there are a few things that are on my list that I'm hoping to find. So the first thing is better lighting in my living room. It has really dark wood paneling and it can kind of feel like a cave in there. So I would love to have like swag lights would be great, or really big, beautiful vintage lamps. That would be awesome. The other thing is a coat rack if I happen to find one. It has to be cute or something that at least I can paint. I don't have a great place to put all my coats, so a coat rack would be fantastic for me. So that's what I'm hoping to find, but I'm open to basically anything. So let's go to the flea market. Okay, we're back from the flea market, and did I get anything that I needed? No, not at all. But that is very normal for vintage shopping, so I'm not surprised I didn't find anything, especially the lights, because whenever I've gotten really good lighting, it's always at thrift stores or yard sales. It's never at flea markets because vintage lights are always very expensive. I did see quite a few swag lights, but they were like a minimum $100, and I'm willing to probably spend 25, and I'm hoping they'll be colorful, so I'm gonna just hold out for the right one that is the right price. But I did find some other really awesome stuff, and there were a few things that I've been looking for if they were the right price, and I did find those things, which was great. But first, I'm gonna show you the very first item that I bought, and it is weird. I've never seen one of these before. And so it is a Panasonic radio, and it has a speaker, and then it hangs, I think. I don't know if this is just for hanging like in a bedroom or something. If you know anything about this type of radio, let me know. I'm planning on maybe like hooking it somewhere. Oh, look, I even have a hook here. I don't know, hang it somewhere like this, and then I can maybe actually use it. I asked them if it did work, and they said that it did. It doesn't have a battery in it right now, so I'm gonna have to get the right battery for it and see if it works. But it would be awesome. There's even like a headphone jack, so maybe it can be portable. That's pretty cool. I paid $10 for this, and I love the color. Green's my favorite, and it was just so weird and groovy that I had to buy it. I have this blog post that I wrote a while ago that shares my best tips and tricks for how to shop at a flea market. And I don't think I've ever talked about this before on my YouTube channel, that there is a tip that I think is really helpful and that I learned through practicing. And that is when I want to buy an item, I always haggle, right? Like you're supposed to at flea markets. But there's like a certain way that you can haggle that I think can get you a better deal. And so I learned this on accident. I So before I walk up to the vendor, I have a price in my mind of what I am willing to pay for this item. And instead of going up to the vendor and offering that price, I go up to the vendor and I say, "Would you take any less for this?" And then I wait for them to give me a number first. And of course, they can give whatever number they want. So they can come back and say, "No, I won't take any less." But there are some times when the vendors will go below what I had in my mind. So for instance, there was one time that I remember I was buying a bookcase, and I was hoping to get it for like, I think it was $125, and I was hoping to get it for 100, and I said, "Would you take any less?" And they offered me 85. So if you say, "Will you take any less?" it like opens the door to the possibility that maybe they'll take even less than you thought that they would. I'm not sure if I'm going to make sellers angry with this. If you're a seller, you can totally just say no, or you can offer, like $5 less. Like you can offer whatever number you want. But as a buyer, that is my tip for you to try to get the best deal. Sometimes it works out really well. And so I share that tip because I did that just now with the next item I'm going to show you. This is the item that I have been wanting for quite a while, and they're like, tacky flamingo lawn ornaments. And I feel like they're very polarizing. Either you really like these or you really don't. And I love them. I remember loving them as a kid. I just think they're so quintessential, adorable, like summertime cuteness, very kitschy. I've always wanted them, but I wanted them even more when I found out the history of these flamingos. So a while ago, I did a blow mold history video, and I talked about the artist Don Featherstone, who created my favorite blow molds, including the Dracula blow mold, which is my favorite and I own personally. Don Featherstone was awesome, and Don Featherstone created these pink flamingos, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I did research for that video. And when I found that out, I was like, I've always wanted pink flamingos, but now I really want them, and I want vintage ones because they do make them like at the dollar store and stuff, but I wanted vintage ones. And so I saw these at the flea market, and they are $5 a piece, and it does say Don Featherstone on the bottom. Yay. I was excited they were $5 a piece. I was willing to pay for them. There was 5. And so I went up to the vendor, and so it would have been $25, right, if I bought all 5. And I said, "Would you take any less?" I was hoping he would say $20, and he said, "Sure, how about 15 for all 5?" How awesome is that? So he was happy he made a sale. I was happy that I got a really good deal. And so I'm keeping 3 of these. 2 of these Callie is going to keep because she wanted some flamingos as well. Now, 3 of them were Don Featherstone and 2 of them were not. So this one is not Don Featherstone. It doesn't have an inscription on the bottom. So, but that's okay with me. I also really like the color difference. I mean, it looks like that they're different species of flamingos, that they have different coloring. I think they makes them stand out more. And I plan on decorating with these outside my screened-in patio. I think it'll look tacky and kitschy and really adorable. And I plan on showing that patio makeover next week. So make sure that you're subscribing to my channel so that you can see my adorable retro patio makeover. Then I bought this little church putz house with an adorable little steeple. I actually already have this putz house, this exact one, this exact coloring, but if you've watched my Christmas video tour, you know that I have a huge putz house collection, but out of all my putz houses, this one is by far my favorite. And so the fact that I could get a second one was really special. I don't plan on buying putz houses like ever anymore because I have so many, but I didn't know when I'd ever see another one of these again, and I'm excited I have a second one. I paid $5 for this. I got this Spam piggy bank. I love Spam, actually. I remember eating it with my Oma and Opa. They would always put like Spam on bread for me, and it's just a happy memory. It's another like kitschy item, and this is actually a piggy bank, but I don't think you can use it because there's no way to open it without, I'm guessing, smashing it. So I don't plan on using it, but it is just the cutest thing, and I love the colors and the font. The typography is really cool, so I plan on displaying this in my kitchen. It was $5. I ended up paying $3 for it. Then I got these sewing cases. I already have one in yellow and they're just plastic, but I really love my yellow one. I actually use it in my bathroom on display, and I'm excited about this pink one, and the green one's cool. I like that it's flat, and so I can probably put it on a bookcase and then put decorations on top, or fold up fabric and put it on top of that. So they were $6 a piece, and since I bought both, I got a deal, and so I got them for $10 for both. Then I got these Tupperware spice containers. So they're stackable, and I've seen these on Instagram and I wanted them so bad. And I love the color scheme. I love that they're stackable, and I love how bright and groovy they are. And they were $7, which is a pretty good price. I mean, actually it's probably a very good price. To me, I'm just so cheap. There was something else in the booth that Callie wanted. She wanted these Tupperware, I think they're Tupperware. They are stackable coasters that have like the same color scheme, and she wanted them, but they were $8. So this is another tip. If you are shopping with other people, try to bundle together if you can. So we both wanted different items, and I went up to the vendor and asked if they'd take any less. And so it would have been 15 for both, and we got it for 12, which was great. So then I got these, and then Callie got the coasters. Then I found these placemats. They're paper, and I got them for $5. There's a bunch of them. I think they got water on them, so they're a little wrinkly. My plan is to just place them under some really heavy books for a few days and see if they flatten out. But I'm planning on crafting with them, so it's not super important that they be really flat because I'll probably just use Mod Podge or something to keep it flat anyway. But I love them. They're daisies and they're yellow, so it's all bright and sunshiny, and daisy is my favorite flower. So I got all these placemats for $5. Then the last thing that I got, which is something that I did need that I didn't talk about because I forgot that I needed it, is a vintage clock. I wanted a cute one that sparked a lot of joy. And if you shop for vintage clocks, you know that a lot of vintage wall clocks have cords hanging out of them, and you're supposed to plug them in a wall, which is cool, but also really annoying. I find that very annoying that I have to worry about a cord distracting from like a wall space. And so I love that it's battery powered even though it's vintage. How much do you think I paid for this? I thought it was going to be like 15 or 20. I paid $5. That's what they said it was. Couldn't believe it. I thought that was really cheap. I guess I also have to figure out if it works because there's a chance it might not work, and that's why they sold it for $5. But if it doesn't work, I'm still going to display it because it's really cute. And it takes a C battery, so I can't test it right now. Overall, everything that I bought, my haul price was $53, which I am so proud of myself for spending that little at a flea market. I'm trying not to buy a lot of things, only things that I really, really enjoy. And so that was great. And I'm showing a lot of restraint. If you've watched previous flea market videos with me, I've bought a lot. But on the other hand, I normally buy a lot later in the season because that's when Halloween and Christmas stuff comes out, and I just have such a weakness for that stuff. Now, even though I didn't buy the items that I really need, I still have another flea market coming up, and that is the Burley Park Flea Market, and I will be shooting a video for that, and I will be posting that in 2 weeks, I believe. Fingers are crossed that I find stuff there. That flea market is dirty and gross, but it has very cheap stuff. So I'm hoping maybe I can get some good lighting there. We'll see. What was your favorite thing that I bought? Or if you saw anything in the video that I didn't buy, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, friends. Happy flea market season. Bye.